Right now on Up with KREM, a historic vote could strip a controversial congresswoman of her committee assignments.
And we're taking you outside where snow returns to the forecast. I'll let you know what to expect across the inland Northwest.
And the nominations for the Golden Globes were released this morning. We're talking about groundbreaking nominations and if you can even see some of those films that were nominated right now.
Up with KREM begins now.
6:30 this morning. If you're a fan of Fly Distillery, you will soon be able to enjoy their product from a new location. The local distillery is making progress, setting up its new space on Monroe, and the new location is right across from the Spokane Club. It's expected to open this spring, and Fly is looking to hire an additional 25 people once the doors open. I don't know if it's just me. I've always thought it'd be cool to work in a distillery, Jen.
Yeah.
Is that because, they have the beer there? That's all, you have to know your product that you're selling, right?
Listen, you want to make sure you know what you're selling, people. You got to make sure and sample. Can I tell you just a real quick little story? When I was working in Vegas as a chef, my executive chef used to tell me all the time, sample all the gelatos every half hour. Well, fine, if you're going to make me
I'll do the heavy lifting. Yeah.
Did you get one of those tiny little spoons where you're like, okay?
No, I had to bring.
That sounds like a fun job.
Well, so I just imagine that's how it is in any kind of service industry job like this. So, maybe there's that perk there.
Sample the spirits every half hour.
You might get a little tipsy.
I'm going to get an angry call from the distillery like, stop telling people to come work for us because they're going to get free liquor. That's not going to happen.
That'll be my second job, and I'll be over here going, let's take a look outside, everybody.
It may be your last forecast.
That's right.
Yeah, they'd be like, that guy needs to go.
We don't want you to go, though, Jeremy.
No. Okay, so maybe I'm not going to get a second job at Fly. They're like, nobody gets to drink on the clock at Fly is what they're saying right now. But let's get you outside and talk weather. Nice sobering forecast. A chilly start to the day. Temperatures down in the 20s for us here in Spokane. And that's pretty much the case across parts of the inland Northwest. Well, pretty much the case is temps down below freezing. 32 in Sandpoint, 30 in Coeur d'Alene, 31 in Moses Lake. Wenatchee a bit warmer, but that looks to be the warm spot early on today. We have clouds moving in and taking over as our next push of moisture arrives from all the way kind of up in Canada. It's an interesting play here that brings us some of this moisture. By the middle part of the day, we'll see that start to stream in. Most of that sticks to higher elevations. This is that super high resolution rapid refresh model, and it says we might get a little bit of that action here in Spokane. Could see a few sprinkles in town. That really light green stuff, typically that doesn't reach the ground. It's kind of that virga that you see falling from the sky, but it doesn't really make it down. I think we do get something, might even wake up to a little bit of snow on South Hill early Friday morning, but don't think it's going to be anything, really worth writing home about, even if you live at home. Maybe just walk inside and say, hey, we got a dusting of snow outside. Today, another mild one. Temps up near 40 under cloudy skies.
All right, Jeremy. A little ways to go before we max out today, but not too bad.
No.
Jeremy, thank you. 6:33 now. Well, this morning, we do want to take a live look at the nation's capital, the Capitol building there. Well, today, House Democrats are set to vote to remove Republican lawmaker Marjorie Taylor Greene from her committee assignments. They say she knowingly promotes far-right conspiracy theories. This comes after House Minority Leader Kevin McCarthy declined to take action against her. He says she apologized last night to fellow GOP lawmakers.
She said she was wrong. She has reached out in other ways and forms.
However, Greene has not publicly apologized, and yesterday she tweeted she does not owe anyone an apology and promised to never back down. Meanwhile, this morning, Republican Liz Cheney will retain her position. Overnight, House Republicans voted by a wide margin to keep her as the GOP conference chairwoman. This comes after she voted to impeach President Trump.
Right now, Washington state troopers say they're looking for a man they believe is connected to the January 6th breach of the governor's mansion. Take a look at your screen right now. Troopers say this man is being investigated for third-degree assault for actions that happened during the breach. It's been nearly a month since a group of Trump supporters broke through an exterior fence and rushed onto the front lawn of the governor's mansion. If you have any information, you are urged to call the State Patrol tip line. And this morning, a Seattle area man is facing charges in connection with the deadly attack on the U.S. Capitol. Tim Pham joining us now with the latest update. Hey there, Tim.
Hey, good morning, Joshua. That's right. Yeah, federal authorities say Ethan Nordine, a 30-year-old man from Renton, Washington, is a prominent member of the Proud Boys group, a group the FBI has designated as extremist with ties to white nationalism. So let's get to what we know at this hour. Charging documents from the Department of Justice include several photos. Investigators say they show Nordine at the front of the crowd at the Capitol on January 6th. Nordine is charged with obstruction, violent entry, and disorderly conduct on Capitol grounds. Now, if convicted, he could spend more than 30 years in prison. And our Seattle sister station in Seattle spoke with a local author who covers hate groups and has decades of experience researching those groups. And they told us that extremists don't care about the law, so we asked them, why do these charges even matter?
It's extremely important. The population needs to know that the government, the U.S. and state governments, are doing something to stop hatred. And hatred affects all of us.
Nordine's father shared this statement about the arrest, quote, "We have tried for a long while to get our son off the path which led to his arrest. Ethan will be held accountable for his actions." Meanwhile, Canada is the first country to declare the Proud Boys as a terrorist organization. The public safety minister said Canada will not tolerate ideological, religious, or political motivated acts of violence. Being declared a terrorist organization means if a person is associated with the Proud Boys engages in violent acts, they could face terrorism charges.
Let's take a look at what's trending online this morning. The big story, Golden Globe nominations are out this morning. I've got the breakdown, the snubs, and the surprises. Also, history being made. Hosts Tina Fey and Amy Poehler will broadcast live from separate coasts, New York and LA. So let's talk about some of the standouts, including Hamilton. They won Best Musical Comedy, which is a play turned into a movie. So that's pretty interesting there. We see Anthony Hopkins. He won Best Actor for The Father. Also, we see Chadwick Boseman. This is a brilliant performance in Ma Rainey's Black Bottom. Of course, Chadwick Boseman passed away at the age of 43 due to cancer last year, so he will be very much remembered. Viola Davis, a Golden Globe nominee for Best Performance for an Actress in a Drama. And then we also see Netflix doing really, really well this year. 42 nominations. Do you guys remember watching The Queen's Gambit? Well, About Chess, that one was nominated over there. So a pretty popular one with Netflix as well. Now, women making history for the very first year in the 77 years that the Golden Globes have been a part of history. Really, 3 female directors have been nominated for Best Director. So Regina King, Chloe Zhao, and Emerald Fennell are all up for the prize. And fun fact, Barbra Streisand, she's actually the only woman to ever win the Golden Globe for the Best Director. But that could change this year. Hoping for it. Surprises this year include a nomination for a movie called Music. All right, never heard of it? Yeah, me neither. That is because it hasn't even been released here in the U.S. yet, so you can't even watch it. It's nominated for Best Picture in a Musical or Comedy, and also Kate Hudson for Best Actress in that same category. Now, people are questioning the Netflix series Emily in Paris and why it made the list for the Best TV Comedy. I don't know if you saw that on Netflix. Not the best one. Also, Sacha Baron Cohen shocked many along with himself, where he said he's humbled for the 3 nominations that he has received, including Best Comedic Actor. He's also tied for the most Golden Globe nominations in history in one year, matching Jamie Foxx and George Clooney. And then people online also feeling like Black stories are getting pushed aside, saying one huge oversight this year is HBO's I May Destroy You. Variety saying that it's beloved by critics and viewers as one of the best reviewed TV shows of 2020, yet the HFPA somehow failed to celebrate it, completely shutting it out of all categories. So those are just some of the big standouts this year during the Golden Globe nominations. Looking forward to that show. Jen?
All right, Dana Marie, maybe giving us a glimpse at what may be nominated for the other big award shows too, coming up later this year. All right, just ahead of 6:40 now. Tomorrow you can settle in for a concert at home. After the break, a musician talks about the virtual show and how it's a nod to Black History Month.
So excited for that. This music is absolutely wonderful, but we're also talking snow in the forecast and what that means as we head into the weekend.